This holiday shopping season will be unlike any other.
Now, with the pandemic infecting more people than ever, many people will be shifting to even more online shopping. So how do our brick and mortar stores survive all this? Jerry O'Brien is the executive director of the Kohl Center for Retailing Excellence, and he joins us now to explain. Jerry, thanks for being with us.
I'm happy to be here.
So we're heading into the big season, right? For all these brick and mortar stores, for everybody in the retail industry. Nobody could have foreseen something like this. And what in the world do they do to try to stem the tide and stay in business?
Well, quite frankly, there's an awful lot of balls up in the air right now. Obviously, there's been some positive talk about a vaccine. I doubt that that's going to be much effective this season. Mark, you just mentioned unemployment numbers going up. Do we get a stimulus check? That would be a big win for a lot of retailers. But brick and mortar in particular, typically when we talk consumer confidence, we're talking about their finances. In this case, I think it's going to behoove brick and mortar retailers to find a way to convince shoppers that coming out in person is safe. So you're going to see a lot more emphasis on cleanliness of shopping carts, of checkout areas. And there's an awful lot of that being done. I think you're going to see more in order to encourage people to come out.
So what could an individual store owner do?
Yeah, I think, there's been some very creative solutions. Some of the smaller boutique type places have appointments to come in so that they're limiting the number of people. I just read that Hy-Vee has got some new cart sanitizing systems, so things like that. So I think it's a matter of some new technology that, like, for example, a more consistent air exchange. I think next year we're going to read a lot about stores saying, the air is completely changed in this store every X number of minutes to let us know that they're doing everything they can.
When you look at when the vaccine comes and it, as close to normal as we ever get again, what do you envision for brick and mortar, for retail? I mean, they've been dealing with Amazon and so many challenges over the last several years, a decade now. What do you see when you look past this?
I certainly don't see a return to pre-pandemic. There's most forecasts this year think online sales for the holiday season are going to be up 60%. Last year they were up 20%. There are new shopping patterns being developed by people. Online grocery over the pandemic went up something like 700%. And people are finding out that it works, that they can do that. I think you're going to see certainly less square footage available of brick and mortar space. You're going to see some things called dark stores, stores that are designed only to fulfill online or click and pick up orders, so that some of the outlets that we typically have gone to physically will be used just to fulfill online orders. So retail is certainly not going to go back. I think but we are going to see as consumers some exciting things in those stores. It's always good for consumers when retailers have to find new ways to attract us because they're listening hard and they're trying to come up with exciting ways to get us there.
Well, it's going to be interesting.
It is going to be interesting. Habits are hard to break. Once people get used to shopping one way, it's going to be tough to
I just hope all consumers give all of our local businesses and everybody a shot.
Shop local.
If you have to spend a little bit more, do so to try to think of your favorite businesses.
Shop local.
Jerry, thanks so much. Go ahead.
I'm
sorry, one more?
I was just going to say, if you want them to continue to be there, it's important to shop there.
All right. Got to do it.
Jerry, thanks for being with us today.
Thanks, Jerry.
Thank you, guys.